Tim and his son Matthew, out in the woods they run. From dawn to dusk they wander beneath the glowing sun, hunting, fishing together through the rivers and the streams, looking for Bigfoot shadow, living life's sweet dreams. Godly values they cherish, father and son so strong. In family and in faith they flourish together where they belong. Hunting nation, the sportsmen true, with hearts so kind and free. Their bond so pure and new, out in nature's spree. Tim shows Matt the way in all their daily chores. In honesty they stay, opening cherished doors. Hand in hand they travel with memories to make lessons learned, unravel in every step they take.
What's up, y'all? Another episode of Dale's Outdoors. So
I finally have my braces off.
yeah, show them. Yep,
Yeah.
braces are gone. So
I can have gum and gummies now.
So this episode's going to be a little different. Dad's not been able to go with us hunting or fishing, and you know right now it's summer, so there's no hunting anyway. But he's been doing some Bigfooting, and as I'm sure you're aware, if you look at our logo, this is also a Bigfoot channel. So
Hence why we have Bigfoot stuff in the turkey hunt.
So with that being said, we've had some things going on at my grandparents' place. They've heard some talking at night, like chattering. They've had rocks thrown at their house. They've had, they think, a small one at kind of messing around with their motion sensor lights and things like that. So Dad has went out and done some investigations out there. So with that being said, we are going to put up the videos that he's gotten of his investigations, and we will take a look and see what all he's got. Now, I will say one of the first videos that's going to be on here, it's very quick. I had it slowed down. This is a video Dad got on a trail cam of a Bigfoot grabbing the camera and pulling it. I have it slowed down. You can actually see some hair, like a hairy arm or something, come in and grab it. So we're gonna put that on first, and then I'm just gonna let the other ones, his investigation videos, play through. So hope y'all enjoy it.
I'm over here at Mom and Daddy's. I come over because Daddy had something breaking a couple of limbs out the trees out here earlier today. 2 different times he was outside. And was standing here, and I can't hear very good, but I heard something. Daddy did too, walking right up in here. I just put my thermal up. I done a couple of whistles and then put my thermal up. But there's definitely something walking right up here above us. It's wet, but I could still hear it. You could also hear it the rain shaking off the trees when it would walk through them. But I'll put my phone down and see if they do anything else. I'm still over here at Mom and Daddy. I was just telling them bye. Me and Daddy just left standing right here. And I walked up to the porch and told Mama bye. Walked back out here. Daddy went in the house. I walked back out here. And you ought to smell the smell that I smell. That's a tongue twister. But seriously, you ought to smell this. I've smelled it before. I know what it is. There's definitely a creature around somewhere, without a doubt. We never smelled it before until after we heard the footsteps right up in here. And then me and Dad walked up on his porch and went to use the bathroom. And I told Mama bye and walked back out and was talking to her. She was on the porch. And when I got to the corner of my truck right here, you could smell it. And now it's gone again. Nothing whatsoever. But there's definitely a booger around somewhere. Hope you have a good evening. You see here where it stepped. Coming off the bank. And also right over here. I think this is the, you can see right there. I think that's the juvenile that George seen it. I don't know though, it's almost too big. You can see right here, you can see this better going back this way. See where it stepped?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just got that on top of it.
Come here and look at this, Ma. You can see it better this way.
I said, I'm not following them flip flops.
I'm gonna put my foot down. It's as big as my foot. And I'm 245 pounds. You can see them better going this way.
I'm Tim Littlefoot.
You can't even tell where I just stepped at.
What I
But-
couldn't figure out, Tim, was them marks.
Them marks.
I brought you
That's where
back.
Daddy's been shooting.
Oh,
But the other night, when me and Daddy was talking,
yeah.
it come right around, right up through here.
Uh-huh.
Right around above the garden right through there. And you could hear it walking,
Yeah.
plain as day.
What about that?
I'm gonna get my pistol and walk around.
You be careful.
Daddy said he heard it, the breaking limbs that sounded like over on this ridge the other day.
There was 2 of them, and then we heard another, so there's a total of 3.
Where was the last one at?
I think it was over this way, maybe.
Over that way.
Yeah.
I'll check the 4-wheeler trail out too.
Yeah. You be careful.
But
Don't get no ticks on you.
I don't want.
You need some spray. There's plenty in the can house.
No.
Get you some
I'm gonna-
alcohol.
I'm gonna go out here and see if I can see any of the little rocks that you was talking about was hitting the top of the house? Okay. Let's back up a little bit and see if there's any of them actually still on the roof, because that ain't a very steep pitch. I don't see none. Hey! Sorry about that. Go back down here and see if we can see anything. I don't see nothing. Really. No, it's not a rock. But she said it sounded like there's little pebbles hitting the top of the house on her end, where her bedroom is. But I'm gonna get my pistol out of the truck and these around, see if I can see any of them broken limbs. I'll get back with you in a minute. This laid across the trail that's going out in here where we found stuff across the road before. Also found sticks drove up in the road. But I know Daddy and this more than likely should not be here. Let's see what else we can see or find. Heard something right up here. Something just come through the trees right here. Now this pole was not here the last time I was out here. Something's been going up and down the bank right there. Could be anything. Could be a deer or something like that. Yeah, they say you ain't supposed to whistle in the woods, but that ain't stopped me yet. No! I've been hearing some pretty good sized limbs being broken out. I know that wasn't across the trail. I hope you can hear that coming down through the trees. Right there's part of what's been broke. That wouldn't be loud enough for Mom and Dad to hear clean up at their house, so. Right there. Could have been a deer. People ask why don't you find that many tracks and stuff. Well, one reason is, and it's been raining. We've had plenty of rain. It's not dry at all. And it's acting like it's getting ready to rain again. And I can step and jump up and down. And you can't even tell where I stepped at now. 250 pounds. Well, 245. I don't see nothing. No big limbs. I didn't bring my snake chaps to get out into the main wood. But I'll go ease up towards the four-wheeler trail and see what we got going up there. Right there, something's been coming down the bank. Can't really tell on that. You could definitely tell on the tracks up at the house, though. That's been a heavy little feather. Done that. This has been leaned up. There looks like a track. Looks like it's still right there. But can't really tell. So just know something's come off of there. Could be an old one. I'm up here on the four-wheeler trail. I've not seen or heard anything. This is the other place that they said that they heard limbs breaking. But it's so green now, you'll never be able to see them unless you just happen to stand under the tree. We'll come back this fall. Well, I'm sure we'll be back before then, because if they keep this up, we'll have to keep coming back until they move on or something. Put enough trail cameras out to where they don't come around. But we found a place they could watch from just right out the road here. And right down below it is Mama's end of the trailer. So, but right now they're not doing anything, just breaking a few limbs. And right there's something that I don't remember seeing. See if I can get it pulled up. Like I say, I ain't got my tires broke off. Right above those stacked up rocks. But I don't have my snake chaps and I ain't going up through there without them. Daddy growed up here and they killed a lot of copperheads up in here. And I have been bit by them and I don't want to do that again. But we'll just keep coming back and checking and all that stuff. Like I say, I don't think they're trying to do anything but let Mom and Daddy know that they're there, because it's just little rocks and breaking sticks and hearing them talk and that kind of stuff. So it's not yelling, screaming, pitching fits, throwing big rocks and tearing stuff up, all of that. So far it's been pretty peaceable. And like I said, Daddy growed up here on the property and he's been moved back over here for about 20 years, close to it. So they know each other's around. They do. Daddy does a lot of shooting and a banging, so. But it wasn't until Mama said things really kicked up the other night after I left, and the days since Saturday when I was over here and heard the one, me and Daddy heard it walking. Even though it had been raining, you could still hear it stepping through the woods. I mean, it was making some noise. And then as I started to leave, you could smell it. But I'll put those videos with this one. And but so since Saturday, they've had a lot going on, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. Mama ain't a thinking so, but in my opinion, it's a good thing. But all right, let's get out of here and see what else we can find. Me and Daddy was going to head to Tennessee to go to the gun shop, come out, and they have drove this up in the ground since I was over here the other day. You can tell it ain't come from up here. Ain't nowhere that it's come from. And there's 3 pieces that they've broke off, and this is green. And this is what I got the other day whenever I come out through here, because if you remember, I cleaned everything out of the trail. But that's been, do you remember, Paul, was it like that yesterday? So they've had to have done it overnight. And I know you're thinking, well, it should have left the track, but 250 pounds and I don't leave the track. I'm gonna see how deep it is. Good gracious. I don't know if I can get it. Okay, I don't know if I can get it up or not. I guarantee you it's 6 inches in the ground. But, well, let's go to Tennessee, see if they do something while we're gone. Mom and Daddy was sitting up on the porch last night, didn't hear nothing, so and this wasn't in the road then. We're back from Tennessee, and I'm bringing Mom over here to see it, and but this is the other day is where I throwed the other one that was laid across the trail, and I throwed it out, and this wasn't up last night. You can see they've wrung that one off and leaned it up here. Put that one there, and that one there, and that one there. They've done all of that last night. And I'm gonna see if I can pull this thing up hold the phone, Mom.
Good Lord.
Drove that thing down in the ground that far. Now we'll see if they come back on what they do with it now.
Where's that other camera, Tim?
Right there. And it must be dead. We have got a trail cam, but evidently it died. We don't know for sure, but we're going to check the card on it and see if it's dead or not. But, and right there, they broke this out, Mom. That wasn't here. That wasn't here. This wasn't here. This was green. That's been broke out. Oh, you ought to see what they've broke out in the trail out here. No. The other time when I come out here, I heard something up here, and then something come through the wood, through the tops of the trees. But all of this, I cleaned this stuff out the other day. They broke this over, pulled it over across the trail. But look what they've laid in the trail right here. This has been laid down, been broke off. Right here's where they've brought it from, Ma. This has been brought in. I want you to look. I cleaned all this road out the other day. See where they've broke that off? You can tell that didn't fall down through that. Right there's what would have had to fell through. And none of this stuff is broke. It's been laid here. Right there's where they've broke it off. That right there's been broke off. That right there was broke off the other day, but this one had been broke off and laid across the trail. We're going to do what we always do. We're going to move it and see what they come and do next. Sorry about the shaky video, but I'm trying to video and go at the same time. And this one right here was definitely not here. And here's a small one.
They get mad if you move it.
Not mad, they'll come back and do something else again. I mean, you're talking about some pretty good sized limbs. That right there was broke the other day, but this right here wasn't.
These leaves ain't even wilted.
No, they've done it last night. They have. But
Push it back, I'm out of here. And I bet you can't catch me.
but right there's some more they've broke off. Let's see if I can zoom in right there and right there. But every bit of that was brought in and laid across the trail last night. Right there's been broke off.
I watched this trail for deer.
Uh-huh.
Dusty dark till you couldn't see no more, and it was not that.
Look, I just noticed something else, Ma.
What's that?
Look right, of course that one's broke off, but look right there, that one's been, those limbs have been broke off. Right here. That's poplar limbs. More than likely they've brought some of that right down through there. And people talking about tracks, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm 250 pounds. I can't even leave a track. Not even if I jump up and down. But every bit of that was done last night after dark. It was. Look right here. Something's foot slid.
Yeah.
I can't tell, but something has slid right there. It's not a deer.
Look over here. It goes plumb to there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move.
Now, this is the place you want to be. You ain't got to go looking for them. They come to you over here.
Look,
Right there.
Jim. What's this? Nothing.
Yeah, right there's another track. That looks like a juvenile track right there. It does. Look right here, Mom. They've laid them limbs. See where they've pushed this one over?
Yeah.
Then they got the limbs. I'll show you. They've got, let me back out to where I can get it. You can see that one leaning up right there. And then they've got that one laid out, down into that. Just blocking the area.
What's
So,
that right here?
yeah, that's an older track right there.
Look here.
You can see
Here's
where
part
it's at.
of it. Looks like.
Yeah. But I didn't know they had done all of this. I seen this out here and we left. I didn't know they'd laid this in the trail until just now. Right there's the top of another one. That might have been the one you heard break out. You can see it right about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, maybe 2 weeks ago. They had one breaking limbs that they heard. So
We heard two here and one back up on the mountain there, little ways.
you wait till we tell Daddy, you can see where they've broken and run this off. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut this one. That way we know that I done it. And that's usually what we do. That limb laid up in there. That's usually what we do when we're squatching. Anything we do, we'll take something and cut it so you can tell the difference. If you'll hold that, Mom, I'll cut this off right. Then we know that we done that one when we come back. But they was definitely active in here last night. That is for sure. It'll be interesting to see what they do now that we've moved that. Right there. Sort of looks like an old print. There's another limb that they throwed down. But we'll take this camera, Ma, and you can take it and check it on your computer. I've done got you.
Tim, no, you didn't.
Well, I did, not on purpose. Yeah,
Right up through there.
yeah,
That ain't no deer.
And look at the stick laying.
Mm-hmm.
That one's been drove up in the ground at some point.
Yeah. It has. Will you take me off there?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want George to see my hair.
But they've done all this since last night. So we've got it cleaned out again. We'll see what they do tonight. We will. Let me get this camera. All right. Everybody have a good one.